Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I hope you're having a good one. So, I know there are some people that are upset. I'm sorry. I didn't do it. I didn't even think about doing it. Wasn't me. I am not the reason why crypto took a little bit of a downward move. Just a little bit. Wasn't my fault. Was not my fault. I could tell you whose fault it was, though. So, let's start off with the easy news. Actually, let's start with tonight's poll. Tonight's poll is: the market is down. What sector are you diving into right now? The choices are D-Pins, AI, RWA, and other. Somebody answered other, and I need to see it in the comments. Just saying. It'd be greatly appreciated. But let's get to the news. So we all know that Signature Bank and Silicon Valley Bank both failed. Those were crypto-friendly banks, and everybody was there. You know, Bianca, don't. You know what? Go in the corner. Go in the corner. Don't show up here causing trouble. You just got here. Why can't you just be happy you're first? Okay? Be happy that you were first. Actually, you know what? Dan could have been here, but he let you make the first comment. Cast no stones, woman. Cast no stones. What's up, Dan? So Signature Bank and Silicon Valley Bank both failed. Those were two very crypto-friendly banks. More than crypto-friendly, right? And there were a few other banks that were crypto-friendly that failed. You want to know who's stepping up to fill the void? Looks like Swiss banks. Swiss banks are not playing. Signum Bank AG and Amina Bank AG are both stepping up to try to get into the crypto payment space. That's not a small thing. That's a big thing. Hutanik, what's up? Other no changes in your plan. Damn. I only get three choices, and I thought the three choices were good. And so other fine. All right, that's a gimme. That's all right. I'll take that one. So with the Swiss banks stepping in where US banks kind of choked, I've always thought that maybe they didn't choke. Maybe they were helped to choke. Just saying. It's a conspiracy theory. It's not really a conspiracy theory. It's just my opinion that one of them wasn't even really failing. You know what I mean? So that's what I think about. 88 is all three. Stop it. No, it's not. It can loan itself. Once they do the Chang thingamajig, okay, fork. Then they can get involved in all that. But ADA is not all that. Let's be honest. It's just the chain. So I look at that and I kind of sit there and I go, well, you have Swiss banks starting to step in. European banks are actually trying to step in and say, hey, there might be some stuff. And so I keep looking for that. But what that really says to me is that the crypto space is hot. Our prices, our numbers don't necessarily reflect how hot it is. But when you have major players like this vying for opportunities, yeah, you kind of got to go with that. Kind of got to run with that. At least in my humble opinion. Just saying. Then you have BlackRock. I think this morning I said 2 billion. It's not 2 billion. It's not 2 billion. It's $22 billion. $500 million of which was just, June? July. Just July. July's not over. Today's the 23rd and they already have $500 million this month. IBIT, their Bitcoin spot ETF. Those three would never be on. Yes, they are. Yes, they will. Yeah, they will. They absolutely will. Sol is doing some nonsense. So Solana just picked up. Some fund is doing some RWA on Solana now. Yeah, it was announced. It was announced earlier today. I forgot who it was, but they announced it earlier today. But here's the thing, though. It falls in line with exactly what I said. Right. I said that I would not use Solana for anything that is mission critical. Tokenized assets, not mission critical. They're not real time, necessity things. You don't have to worry about a network problem with RWA unless it's in the middle of a transaction. And the chances of that's not so much. You know what I mean? Their network problem, rears its ugly head every now and again, but I don't think it's going to hurt a lot. I think the deal was for like $500 million in assets. So we'll see. I didn't do that much research into it because, frankly, I don't think that was the news of the day. Then you have Fortnite CEO Tim Sweeney talking about what? Let me read this because it sounds funny even to me. Fortnite CEO Tim Sweeney envisions blockchain use in the metaverse for decentralized in-game transactions, emphasizing open protocols and interoperability without involving cryptocurrency or NFT trading. That doesn't even sound right to me. Now we all know that I'm a principal member of the Metaverse Standards Forum, and that doesn't even sound smart to me. He could be saying, well, we could use it just as a layer to transport, data, blah, 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 ownership, whatever. Okay, I can see that. But you're going to pretend that nobody wants to trade NFTs that could come with stuff you can use in the metaverse. You're not going to, pay each other in crypto. You're still going to pay each other in fiat. For real? You do that, and some new Fortnite will come along and just blow you out the water. That's what I think. That's honestly what I think. Question: how do you find out what site to buy from? For example, Ethereum ETF. Dan, what I would tell you is, if you don't have a financial advisor and you're interested in the spot ETFs, whether they be Bitcoin, let me rephrase. If you're interested in any ETF, I would call the institution that is issuing that ETF, because they will let you know if you can buy direct or if you can. Blah. My English today is all screwed up. Maybe I need a drink. Just joking. I don't need one. But I should have had water. I don't have any water here. That's a problem. I have juice inside my refrigerator. I've got wine in there. I've got vodka in there. I don't have water. I need to fix that. Anywho, you call the company that's issuing it, and they'll let you know if you can buy direct or if you can go through a broker. And if you can go through a broker, they'll send you to a directory of a bazillion brokers that you can buy from. My frustration wasn't at the question. It's actually a very good question. My frustration is that, in my humble opinion, this is what we should be teaching in schools. And I don't mean, college. I mean just regular K through 12. You know what I mean? And it wasn't that you asked the question or anything like that. It just hit me different that we don't teach this. We don't teach kids anymore how to manage budgets, how to manage household budgets. Every night as of late, I've been asking you guys to tell your friends, especially women, about the show and just press on with that and get them involved and everything. The reason why I do that is because women have, at least the women in my life, that's Stitch. That's literally Stitch. Women in my life have this knack for making a dollar stretch. Just a practical sense of what should be done, what should not be done. Where a man might be shooting from the hip, a woman is using her brains. And if women are not involved in crypto from the investment side or on the investment side, there are a lot of women that I've met that are on the builder side, really smart, all that STEM stuff. Great. On the normal, everyday side, we need that participation. We really need that participation. And I'm not trying to be funny. It's an ebb and flow, right? It's a yin and yang, where men can sometimes get crazy. Women can pull us back and be like, hey, Where women can get crazy sometimes, men can say, hey, my audience is like 97% men. I'm not kidding. I'm like dead serious. I look at my numbers all the time. It's close enough, right? And so we don't teach our kids young enough, and it's tough on me. I'm happy that my girls actually know what a dollar is. They also know how to spend it very well, but so do my boys. I think my boys spend more money than my girls, like for real, like way more. But that's my issue. So my issue is that it dawned on me that when I was a kid, I had no idea about stocks, options, bonds, none of that. How to even just read the Wall Street Journal, like what all that means. I was taught how to read the New York Times. I was taught how to fold it, in eighths. I knew all that. But stock market, nothing. Nothing. Just put your money in the bank, collect your interest, keep it moving. Open up a savings account, a passbook savings account, keep it moving. You want to get a little fancy, get a little older, get yourself a mutual fund. Okay. But there was nothing direct. There wasn't and back then, if you wanted to buy stocks, you had to have a broker and you had to have money that you were willing to throw away. And most people did not have that. So that's where my frustration comes in on. William Nix, how are you? $50 a day in 88. Let me tell you something. Not everybody has $50 a day. A lot of people don't even have $5 a day. I'm happy if you can put $1 a day into some kind of investment vehicle. And I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. I come from humble means, and $1 a day is actually a lot. At the end of the year, that's $365. That's a lot of money. Now imagine what you could do $1 a day. I had a teacher once who told us about invest a penny a day and look at how it compounds over 30 days. And I was like, wow. And he was serious. It was like my first money lesson. Anywho, but that's what I would do. So if I'm interested in IBIT, I'm going to call, if I have a financial advisor, I'm going to talk to my financial advisor. If I don't, I'm going to call BlackRock. I'm going to find out how to, who should I get in touch with to purchase, some IBIT, because I'm not buying that, right? But I might be interested in buying some other ETF. See what I mean? Because there are things that, I don't have time to do that. That's not where my head is at. That's not where I'm doing my research. So I might hire a financial advisor to go do a few things for me. Right? So that's how I'm rolling. Has anyone noticed how banks are changing how you can fund your account? Yup. Now you know why the Swiss banks are moving in, because the Swiss banks are like, oh, we can get involved in this whole payments thing with regard to crypto. Ooh, nice slick entry in. Banks, I keep saying this, I've said it 50 million times. Banks need to figure out what a bank is. A bank used to be X. Times have seriously changed. What the heck is a bank now? What do I need a bank for? Those are harder questions for them to answer now. Seriously, I'm not even playing. I'm dead serious. I feel like I missed something. You must have a new girl. No, I don't have a new girl. I have 2 daughters. They're grown. Send shivers up my spine every day, every time they go out. So pretty. So just before I came down here, I was cracking jokes with them up there. Hello, all other keeping dry powder. Okay, not mad about that. Because you have a point. It didn't drop enough for me to go, oh, let me tap in the dry powder. No, it's not enough. It wasn't a big enough drop for the coins that I'm interested in. Another piece of news. Wazir X. Remember Wazir X? They just got hacked. 235 mil in the hole. Everybody wonders why I don't keep my money, keep my digital assets in a centralized platform like them. This is why. They're scrambling to find bailout partners so that they can make up that 235. They don't have a plan. They don't have a plan. So you lost 235 mil. You're a big crypto exchange. You have no reserve? Or do you have a reserve and you've depleted your reserve because you have to pay out this 235 mil? Which is it? Either one is bad. Either one is bad. So I'm not looking at happy days for our buddies over there at Wazir X. I feel like I missed a question. Oh yeah, no, I got it. Every account I got a letter on legal size with nothing good to say. Yeah, man. Banks are not playing anymore. And so how do you fund your account? Do you know I tried to deposit back in the day. You could just go into a bank and deposit a couple of bucks in your kid's account, whatever. One of your employees needs a little bit of help, so you're gonna drop a couple of bucks in their account. We don't, that stuff, we don't deal in that anymore. What do you mean dealing? It's fiat. What do you mean you don't deal in fiat anymore? What? Are you serious? Yeah. So you're going to make moves to make it more difficult for people to actually fund their accounts? Or take away options? Good job. Good job. Keep pushing people away from banks. How long is it going to be before a bank isn't even needed for the simple things like credit cards or mortgages, loans? Yeah. The whole banking industry is going to have to figure that one out. What do we do? What do we do that people can't do elsewhere? And maybe better, maybe cheaper, maybe faster. For right now, mortgages, banks still have a lock on that. But for how long? Dead serious. For how long? You know what I mean? So I'm just sitting back and I'm just wondering who's going to take that leap and start the first crypto mortgage company, of a decent size that can handle more than one house. You know what I mean? How long is that going to be? And I wonder if it's actually going to be a bank, because I don't think so. I think it's going to be a crypto company. Think about this. Michael Saylor could do it. Look at all the crypto that he has. He could do something like that. He could absolutely do something like that. This is what I mean by you have companies that are basically on the path to transforming what business that they're in. So just saying. Before I look at that, Hutanic, here's something to think about. OKX is about to delist a whole bunch of XRP, SHIB, and BTC and other pairs. Like, what is OKX doing? It's actually got the industry in an uproar. That's why there was a dip. Nobody can tell me that there's any other reason that there was a dip. That, to me, that's the reason why there was a dip. OKX fell off their freaking just, wow. Somebody please get them back into their rocker. Because they done lost their minds. Like, seriously. Most people don't realize our deposits are loans back to us. Yeah. Quietly kept secret. Yep. That's right. That's right. It's a crazy thing, but when you look at how banks work, banking used to be simple. Then it became more and more and more and more complex. Remember Shearson Lehman? That whole debacle? I literally know one of the guys that was involved. He's one of the guys whose name was not in the paper. Not going to say his name. He's a cool dude. But yeah. And he was like, Eddie, I'm going to tell you the truth. Things were so complex. He was one of the guys that created the math behind certain things. He was like, it's so complex that it's not even funny. A regular person can't follow it. Wow. And he's like, yeah. And we do things like that all the time. We make up these ideas and put the math behind it. And all we want to know is how much risk is involved and how much money can we make? How much risk is involved and how much money can we make? And what will it take to cover the risk? Hello, Azirex. Did you think about covering your risk? 235 mil. And you're scrambling to find bailout partners. They call them partnerships. I call them bailout partners. But that's just me. D Mac in the house. Welcome back. Joaquin said, not a fan of banks. I live in Mexico. Holy smokes. 2008, all banks lost money in every country except Mexico. I believe that's true. That could be true. I didn't do research in it because I don't live in Mexico, but I think that might be true. When people say I don't understand Bitcoin, I then ask them if they, oh wow, Hutanic, that's not nice. You choose violence every single time. Damn. Banks got beyond creative, beyond greedy. Bank failure 2008. 2009, what happened? Bitcoin. And it wasn't the first try. It was not the first try at crypto. People have been done with banks for a long time. A long time. And they've been working on it for a long time. How do we do this? How do we do this? There's a fly in my office and it's going to piss me off. Where's Stitch when I need him? He usually catches all the flies. He's got a knack for it. But yeah, I'm sitting here and I'm just going, wow. So when I look at banks, so hear me out. Hear me out. So you know how I go on my tirades about credit cards inserting themselves into the middle of crypto? What the hell is a credit card? It's a part of the banking system. Now, I'm not mad at banks. Banks have their place. But now there are other players that also have their place. And banks haven't figured it all out yet. And that's a problem. That's a problem. You don't understand Bitcoin. You know, I don't even make that argument anymore. As soon as somebody says, oh, crypto's fake, there's no reason for me to talk to you anymore. There's zero reason for me to just have a conversation with you anymore. Because in that statement, what have you told me? You don't know how to think independently. You don't follow the news. And you haven't done your own research. Why would I want to spend time talking to you? It's not that you have to believe in what I believe. It's not that you have to be down with crypto. But if you're still making ignorant comments like that, you don't even come close to understanding crypto. Sometimes I want to just hand them a book. Just take my book, go read that. But then I'm like, one, I'd be giving stuff away. My kids would beat the crap out of me. Dad, giving something away for free? What? That's not what you taught us. Time for you to go to the nursing home. That's what would happen. But I'd be giving something away, and I'd be giving it to somebody who would not be able to crack open the book. And I'm not saying that to be mean, because you don't have to be smart to read my book. You have to be willing to read my book. You have to be open to learning. The other night, I sent my mother a message. I said, thank you for teaching me how to dream. Thank you for showing me that there's more to life than what we have. And showing me, biggest one, showing me that learning can come from anywhere. I So three big lessons, the three big things that my mother gave me. Three huge things that my mother gave me. And then, of course, there was this insane work ethic. Insane work ethic. My mother would figure out what it would take to do something, understand whether or not she really wanted to do it, and then knock it out if that's what she wanted to do. I used to tell people all the time, if I want something, I always get what I want. However, I might not get it when I originally wanted it. Feel me? When I was a kid, I wanted a car. Did I get a car when I was a kid? Perfect example. Perfect example. So when I look at crypto, I started to understand just, 1 + 1, right? I started to understand how money actually works. There are videos out there that will teach you what money is. Not crypto, not fiat, money. What is money? Back in the day, shells used to be money. So when people tell me that crypto is nothing, I sit back and I go, we used to trade, but shells were money. You know that, right? They don't know that. So again, I go back to, so why, freaking fly, why would I enter a conversation with this person? So I learned not to get frustrated anymore. Just go, oh, okay, cool. Exit stage left. That's it. That's it. So tonight's question so far, 8 votes. D-Pins 12, AI 12, RWA 25, and keeping it rolling with the plan the way it is, 50%. I'll tell you where I'm at. In a bit. When somebody tells me crypto is fake, I tell them that the Tesla I'm driving was purchased with crypto, so it must be fake. Man, have you been hanging out with Hutanic, bro? Like, for real? Both of you choose violence. Like, you guys go immediately to violence. Dang. I am not getting into an argument with you guys. You guys go straight for the jugular. Because that's like basically just saying, you stupid. For real. It's like saying, you just stupid. You're just stupid. I mean, think about this. People didn't understand why kids were trading sneakers. Oh, that's bogus. Who's going to wear some dirty, nasty? First of all, they're not dirty. They're not nasty. They take the time and trouble to clean them so that they can sell them. They wear them for a little while to get the wow, and then they trade them, sell them, barter them, whatever. That kind of makes sneakers a commodity, right? Of value, right? Some of those things grow in value. Some of those things, before they even hit the market, they've grown in value. Nike didn't understand it and understand what was going on in that space until companies like StockX just started making money off of flipping sneakers. They got in trouble, but they're flipping sneakers. They're never going to stop that underground movement. It's just not going to happen. They'll never be able to control that. It's just when, companies get too big for themselves, start making little mistakes, that's what happens. So when I look at crypto, I'm like, yo, crypto's going to be the bomb. If you think about how crypto operates, it's stateless, meaning it's not controlled by a given country. It's stateless. So that means that no country can actually shut it down. Why do you think that the banking settlements, BIS, banking international settlements, I think that's close enough. Close enough. I don't care. BIS is saying, yeah, we're only backing centralized stable coins. Because what does it sound to you? It sounds to you like CBDCs. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. So I'm kind of like, yeah, I understand. I get it. Now, tonight's question. The market is down. What sector are you diving into right now? 12, 12, 25, 50, D-Pins, AI, RWA, other, respectively. Me personally, I sprinkled a little bit more in. Why? Because it's still low. That's why I have a DCA plan, dollar cost averaging. So there's dollar cost averaging going on. A lot of these coins are lower than what they would normally be. I think by the end of the year, they'll all shoot up. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit more in. See if I can get to that magic number a little bit faster. Just a little bit faster. You know? So if I have it, I'm not doing anything with it. Might as well, do a little something, something. Have it work for me. So that's what I did. Just a little bit here, a little bit there. Not a lot. Just a little bit here, a little bit there. You know what I did get into? I got into looking at the X factor for a lot of different things. And I was shocked when you guys know that I'm not a fan of Internet Computer Protocol. I'm just not a fan, straight up. Am I other two? No. I put into DPINs, AI, and RWA. Why do you think those were the top 3 choices? I've been telling you for a while. For me, it's all about the connective tissue. Now, AI is not connective tissue just yet, but it will be. RWA, not connective tissue just yet, but it's definitely going to be. Right, DMAC? It's definitely going to be. And DPINs, that's clearly connective tissue. So I gave him some money to my son. I said, go take care of that for me. Go do a little something, something. Because we'll give each other money sometimes. Just be like, hey, I'm not in the mood. This is where I want to be. Go do that for me. And then stuff will just show up in my wallet. And thanks, buddy. That's how that works. But I was looking around. I was looking at the X factor. And Pepe's X factor is mad low. It's 0.38x. Helium's X factor, and I like helium. Helium's X factor is 9.45x. What? Holy moly. They were up only 5% today. Ethereum name service ranked 81, up 13% today. Their X factor is only 1.85x. 1.85x. I'm in it. I didn't put money into those in particular, but I was just looking to see, what's the movement? Remember, I keep telling you guys about the rhythm of investments in digital assets. What's the rhythm of a coin? So I just started looking at it, understanding the risk, trying to put numbers on what I think will happen with that particular product or that particular coin. That's what I'm looking at. I was trying to figure out new strategies, new ways to slice and dice data, and then incorporate the news along with it. Meaning, if the news isn't bad, this is what I think it'll do. If the news goes bad, this is what I think it'll do. If the news goes good, this is what I think it'll do. There are applications out there that do that by the millions, not dollars, but the calculations by the millions, some of them by the billions, right? Kamakura has one. There are a lot of companies out there that have this stuff, little black boxes that do all the math, that tell risk managers, these are the risks. And they tell their traders, these are the risks. Here's what you can do. If you want to do this, this is what will happen. These are the chances and all that good stuff. That's what they do. And I was just sitting here looking at it and saying, okay, some of these things are really interesting. I have no interest in Siacoin. It's down 94% off its all-time high, right? 94% off its all-time high, a 16.39x off of their all-time high. I just quiz myself. Do I think that's going to do something? That's all I do is just quiz myself. Do I think that's going to do something? It was up 4% today. 4% in a day. I definitely missed something. Our future in crypto looks so bright. I get up every day excited. I'm waiting for the day I don't have to get up out of bed. Just lay there, roll over. There's a movie, Other People's Money. The guy gets up in the morning. Danny DeVito plays the guy. Gets up in the morning, just rolls over, and he talks to his computer. Talk to me. The computer has a name. It's a girl. But I forgot the computer's name. He just rolls over and said, talk to me. And that's what he does. I want that life. I want that. I want to be able to roll over, hit a button, and just hear how much money I made. Or how much money I lost, but mostly how much money I made. That's the life I want. That's what I'm shooting for. But I hear you. Yeah, we wake up. It's a catch-22. Over $500,000 in taxes are brutal. Yeah, but In order for you to have that bill, you had to make money. Now it's up to you and your freaking accountant to figure out what loopholes, what write-offs are now available to you because of how much money you made. Just saying. Just saying. Joaquin, loved mom's pearls of wisdom. Today, P.S. Be thankful that the pesky fly is not a drone yet. You know, I can't even send you to the corner because there's nothing that you said that was actually wrong, Joaquin. I gotta fine. By the way, my son is in Mexico right now. Him and his girlfriend. I don't even know what part of Mexico. Well, I mean, I could look it up. He sent me the stuff. It was a good movie. I learned a lot about how, some of these older movies give you little pearls about how things work. It really does. Oh, that movie, The Secret of My Success, is one of my favorite freaking movies. That was actually shot in a building I used to work at. I used to work for Marsha McLennan, believe it or not. I was a receptionist. I mean, listen to this voice. Ooh. Just saying. I'm serious. That's a true story. You're in Yucatan if you need anything. Dude, thank you. Thank you very much for that. Seriously, thank you. I think he's literally just sitting at a resort, just tossing them back, him and his girlfriend. They're so cute. Merida. Okay. What does that mean? Is that a place or is it just a word? I want to know what that means. Wall Street is another good classic. It's another good classic. But when I look at everything that's going on right now in the news, and I started the X Factor because everyone was always like, oh, I think that's a 4X coin. I think this one's a 10X coin. And I always sat there and I was just like, but you're pulling those numbers out of your derriere. And I actually wanted to know what it is. Like, what's the number that'll just get you back to your all-time high? Will ICP ever see their all-time high ever again? Where are they? ICP. Hold on. I think they're on the loser side. Are they? Objective. There it is. ICP. Their all-time high was $700.65. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Do I think they will ever see that number again? No, not at all. But they're ranked number 27. Do I think that they will see a high X factor in the future? I have to say I'm not a fan of theirs, but yes, I do think they will. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at X factors, and I'm looking at, are you in that same space, RWA, AI, D-pins, whatever, right? And comparing you to your peers. Now you know why I put that field in there, because it really helps me do research. It really, really does. That's going to happen this week. Remember that problem I told you with email? So if you have an account on growmybag.tv and you forgot your password, you can go back now and click forgot my password and it'll send you a link. Yeah, we worked a lot with Microsoft to get it fixed because our platform does things a little bit differently for security reasons. And it's all working now. So now we're just putting in the mechanism so that you can download the workbook when you buy it. Yeah. So that's my guy's like, that's this week. Yeah, siesta. No, I don't want a siesta. I want a fiesta forever. You know what I mean? I want to visit around the world. Here's what's really funny. I want to travel the world, but I want to travel the world comfortably, but I don't want to stay. I want to stay where the food is good. Feel me? I'm a kid from New York. The best food you will find is in the poorest neighborhoods. I swear by that. Some of the best food in the world is not found in the hoity-toity places. It's found in the poorest of neighborhoods. At least that's me. Sailboat. My boy has a sailboat. He's like a brother to me. Elliot has a sailboat. I'm not feeling. I listen to all the pains and problems that he has with his sailboat. I am not getting a sailboat. I will rent a yacht. Rent. Rent. You heard me, right? Rent a yacht. That's what I'll do, and I'll rent it with Bitcoin or whatever coin they accept, but it'll be coin. Oh, a 50-foot catamaran. Okay, I don't think I'm mad at you now. I don't think I'm mad at you, but I'm not owning it. I'm not owning it. Absolutely not. But again, all jokes aside, I'm trying to teach myself how to think beyond what my feelings are about a particular digital asset. I'm not a fan of ICP. Does that mean I should not research ICP for its money-making potential? Yeah, no, I should research the hell out of it. I really should. ICP's come a long way. It's not, like I said, it's ranked number 27. It's in the top 30 now. Got to pay attention to that. Got to show some respect. So yeah, I've got to do the research on it, right? Number 21 is Litecoin. I hear so many people put down Litecoin, but then I'm like, but it's ranked number 21. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you something. It's ranked number 21. It's basically flat today. Its all-time high is $410. Its price today is $72. To get back to its all-time high, it's 4.67x. That's in the top 25 coins. Do I think that it can do it? I have to honestly say yes. I have to honestly say I believe that in this bull run, I think LTC can get there. I'm not endorsing the coin or anything like that, but how do you not pay attention to a coin that's had that much staying power? In my book, I can't ignore that. I've got to pay attention. So I'm trying to get myself to be a little bit more open-minded about the coins that are out there. Like my man, Mr. Big, was like, yo, I'm into Blender. I wasn't going to do the research. I said, you know what? Who are you to not do the research? Somebody's telling you something. Who are you to not at least go look at it? I went and I looked at it. I just don't have a slot. If I had a slot, I probably would put a couple of bucks in it. That's what my research told me. I just don't have a slot. And yes, I'm trying to teach myself to be disciplined, to have a set number of slots, a set number of slots in waiting. And then for you to even get to in waiting, I need to open up a slot. And I'm probably harder on the slots that are in waiting because those are the ones that are not slots, and you've got to earn your spot as far as I'm concerned. Take a look at Algorand. It used to have a spot. I took a little bit of a hit on Algorand. Was it a little bit of a hit? It was either a little bit of a hit or a little bit more than a little bit of a hit to get out of it. And I was lucky that I did because it hasn't done jack. Let's do a GMB convention on the Mexican Riviera. Bro, I don't think I have enough people in Mexico that watch my show to even care to even buy me a beer. You know what I mean? Like for real. And I don't drink beer. So it'd have to be a tequila. Sorry. But yeah, no, I don't. I'm down to do something like that, but I have a lot of growing up to do. In terms of a channel, I have a lot of growing up to do to be able to get enough people to want to actually come to some kind of convention or even a get-together like that. A get-together would be awesome. Because then, so everybody wants to do a convention because they want to make money off the convention, right? Here's how you can keep the price down coming from a guy who used to do club promotion. If I can get X number of people to say, I'm down, I'm going to go, right? I would say it's going to cost this amount of money for us to do it. That money would be used to go to a spot and say, listen, we're going to take that whole section over there on a regular night. And I have the money up front to pay for the whole section, pay for the drinks, pay for it all. The ultimate chipping in for a party. The ultimate chipping in for a party. Be like, hey, this is how much we have. This is what we're doing tonight. Instead of having a convention and having to buy rent a hall and all this stuff, and nah. Do it the easy way, the old fashioned way. The old fashioned way. That's what I would do. That would be like awesome. See, Hutanik, every single time you choose violence, man. Where's your girlfriend? I need her to smack you in the back of the head for me. Always choose violence. Plus, the last epic on LTC was Q4 2023. Boom. I'm telling you, ever since I did this, and I know I'm rubbing salt on the wound, it will be available this week, I promise. If it's not, I'll set up an alternative way and I'll send it to you manually. That's how much I want to get it out there. But anyway, I'm trying to teach myself to be open mentally, right? Like it was an epiphany that I had that got me into Toncoin. And then, Toncoin, not coin, Pepe, dog with hat, bonk. I just went off the deep freaking end, but I did research on it all. But it was that mental breakthrough that I needed to have. I'm not perfect. I am imperfect. Right? And that's the story I try to bring to you guys. Like, I'm an imperfect person trying to do research, trying to learn about things, trying to teach my kids about stuff, trying to share things with you guys and just do it. So that was my mental block. So when I look at ICP, and I'm like, yeah, ICP's not there. But then when I do the research, can't shake a stick at it. You gotta show it some respect. But now it's a matter of because their X factor is ridiculously high. Actually, let me go take a look at that. Their X factor is ranked 27. Their X factor is 72.44x. They're not gonna get it. Not this bull run. DMAC is it's sort of like how we look at XRP. Not this bull run. Yes, it will happen. Not this bull run. Right? So I look at it like that. Like I think Cardano is going to do well. Do I think it's going to go la this bull run? No. And I think it'll do well. I don't think it's going to be all that this bull run. Next bull run though. And that's something else I'm paying attention to. Right now, we're still in a cycle, but the cycle has changed. Look at where we are now. Look at where we were in the past. Look at all the charting and everything else. And people try to find ways to show you, oh, we're doing the same thing as before, but we're not. The next bull run will not look anything else like this bull run. Won't. Why? Because so much adoption. Everything will be there already. Walk into a store, buy some candy, boop, crypto. Already there. It'll already be in place. So we won't be looking at the same thing. So when we look ahead, we've got to start contemplating, well, what are the chances of this happening along that roadmap? And then look at the trajectory of everything that we're purchasing and then make a decision. Now you know why I have a set number of slots, right? And a set number of slots in waiting. Because you can't put your money in everything. I am not taking the chance that, well, I picked 10 and, one of them did well and that made up for me not doing well with the other 9. Nope. I'm not loaded like that. So my choices have to be thoughtful. My choices must be researched. I must be focused. And then hopefully my kids pay attention and they do the same thing that I do. ADA is in my long-term bag. Hell yeah, better be. That one, hell's to the yeah. It's a tax deduction to discuss business. That's right. It is a tax discussion to talk business. And I've been talking business all night. ADA is my income generator in 2028. Not even kidding, man. Let me tell you something. People aren't realizing that if you put enough money into some of these things and you stake them properly, do you want to talk about dividends? how much money do you have to spend on stock to get a halfway decent dividend, where if you make the right choices in crypto, you can make some serious dividends. Staking is your friend, could be your friend. Did anyone hear Kamala will be at the Bitcoin conference? I am not playing with politics right now. I am not getting my hopes up, but I will say this. I heard that Mark Cuban's perspective on it is that Kamala Harris will be far more open to crypto than Biden ever was. And if that's true, if that plays out, whoever gets into office, Gary Gensler's lost his job. Boom. Like done. Like I think that's done. My buddy told me she was going. I don't know about that. I asked my brother if he knew anybody on her detail. He doesn't know anybody on her detail. Then they wouldn't be able to tell him anyway. But they'd probably say something like, well, that's an interesting place. But yeah, no, that's just, I'm expecting fireworks. Unfortunately, it's exactly what I said yesterday, what I've been saying for the past few days. The Bitcoin conference is not going to be about crypto. It's all those companies out there that have a lot of news to drop, a lot of good stuff going on. That conference is not going to be about crypto. It's going to be about what politicians have been bought out with it. That's honestly how I feel about it. Sorry to say it like that, but yeah, for me, there's no other way to look at it. Wow. 11-11-33-44. Those are like great numbers. I have to copy that. I must copy that. That's like mad cool. 11-33-44. The only thing I would have been better if it had been like 11-22-33-44. Just saying. But yeah, it's also really expensive. So when Joaquin brought that up, I was like, yeah, I'd rather do a get together someplace where I thought, it's midway between everybody be able to show up or whatever. Even do some kind of virtual thing where people can like kind of be there virtually. But doing a convention is not cheap. Like being a club promoter, you know what it means to do a convention. Promoting a club is the same thing as promoting a convention. It's the same damn thing. Now, I don't know, like we could do something and then have a big class, like a whole interactive thing with everybody that shows up right there, right? And just be in it. Have everybody stand up, give different lessons, have different people come in. I'd love to do something like that. But yeah, my show needs to grow up. I need to be at 100,000 people to be able to pull something like that off. The difference is I think the 100,000 people that would be watching my show are going to be more like you folks. They're going to be interested. They're going to be smart enough to want to learn, smart enough to know how to learn, smart enough to say that, hey, look, listen, like Captain Banana says, hey, I am too invested in watching some of these shows. I'm only going to read a page a day, a page a week from the book. But that's still a person that's willing to learn, right? She's watching, she's learning, she's interacting. That's what I mean. But right now we've got like what, 3,500, 3,600, 3,620 something people right now that subscribe to the show. I need a hell of a lot more than that. Right? And then I've got to figure out where everybody is, pick a central location, make it cheap, or we'd have to figure out like what cities have the most people and then do something in that city so it's local and we can do something there and have the most people be able to show up. There's a lot of planning that goes into that. I'd love to do it. I would absolutely love to do it though. I would love to do something like that. It's one of my daughters going to steal something, looking all cute and everything. Need to have a staking conversation. I think that might be too grown up for a lot of the people here. A lot of the people here are not as knowledgeable and ready to talk about staking. Um, but that does make for a good class, though. It is on the roadmap, but I just don't know that it's now, right? I think the first class I need to do needs to be a baseline class. Here's what it is. Here's the foundation. Here's the foundation upon which you can build your digital knowledge. I think that's the way we got to start. Yeah, dude, that would be a happy problem. It would be a happy problem. But yeah, staking is actually big, and it's actually not a difficult topic, but the antsiness behind I'm gonna put my assets someplace, and they're gonna give me assets, and it's not a bank, and are they insured? Am I gonna lose my money? Is it liquid? Can I pull out whenever I want? Or, do I lose it? What are the risks? All that stuff. That's the hard part. So we'd have to dig into that. You know what I mean? So yeah, very interesting topic. Love to do it, but I think that we probably have to figure it out. Definitely figure it out. It's definitely on the roadmap because it's closer to the baseline than it is to anything that's more difficult, right? Something that could be more difficult is I get a lot of people that ask me, where can I find some of these obscure coins? My answer is I can tell you how to get to those obscure coins. My question is why? Why? Have you done your own research? Where have you researched? What have you researched? What are your factors? What are your parameters for you to be able to say, oh, I'm going to go buy this? There are lots of places where you can go buy stuff. And I'm amazed at how many people just don't go look at all the boards that are out there, CMC, Lifecoin Watch, CoinGecko, just CMC is coin market cap. How many people don't look there and just go, oh, they tell you where you can go get this coin. So I really do have a hard time with that. I say it like all the time. Go look. They tell you where you can get that coin. Now go see if you can get an account. That's what I mean. Anyway, this is Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I need you to do me a favor. If you like what I'm doing, I need you to hit that like button. We need to get the likes up. Something else I need you to do is tell your friends, especially the women, to get involved. Get involved on the investment side. Come watch the show. It's a good conversation. I try to interact as much as I can. And we've got good stuff. Because truthfully, you know what I tell people? I tell people I must have the best audience in the world because you're willing to correct me. You're willing to tell me I'm wrong. You're willing to tell me why I'm wrong. That's the big one. That's the big one. And you're willing to share your experiences. That's huge. When I look at other channels, that's not the relationship they have with their audience. It's not. It's not. You know what I mean? I look at them and I'm just like, yeah, that's not the same. It's not the same. So I am blessed. I am blessed to have you guys as an audience. Thank you so much. But definitely hit the likes. Make sure people subscribe. Let's get the word out. And this week is the week that we're going to have something nice for you guys. We should have that book up and running. And if I don't, like I said, if I don't have that workbook up and running online so you can go buy it, I will find a way to make it so that you can buy it from me directly, and I will just email you the freaking thing. That's how confident I am. Like we went through the testing and I tested it and it worked. I was like, oh, you have no idea. Oh, so now we're working on a whole bunch of other stuff. So yeah, thank you so much. I have paid my stupid tax in. I paid my stupid tax in this crypto game. Yup. I think we all have. Mistakes when you're sending things. I've done that. All kinds of stuff. Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should do a show and talk to you guys about all of my bloopers. All the mistakes that I've made. Because you remember your mistakes. Drop it in the comments. Let me know if that's a show that we should do. If I should do a show about, me and my bloopers. Anyway, everybody. Have a great night. Thank you for showing up, and thank you so much for sharing your time with me. You have no idea how much that means to me. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.